Is it on? Is
Yeah.
it muted?
No, it's on. I was sitting on it for sure.
You nervous about today?
Huh?
Are you nervous about today? Game.
Do
Listen,
you see my pants?
they're gonna
Do you
know
see
why.
Do you see all of this? Do you see what I'm wearing?
Go Michigan. Cue the intro.
Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GetBack Podcast. I'm your host, Damian and Dusten, here with,
Ayden Jones. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
and welcome to episode 35 of the GetBack Podcast.
Can I say his name?
Go ahead. Not a big fan.
Kevin Durant. Either way, if you like him or not.
I was going to
That's his
say
number.
Doug Christie because
Ricky
thank you, Doug
Henderson. No.
Christie, for ruining Russell Westbrook's legacy by basically selling your
Okay,
team.
let's not get
of every
emotional.
game.
All right.
I just
We're talking
could
ball
be-
later. We're talking
we
that
could,
ball later.
and we'll get to that as well.
You want to talk about some football first?
I do. I really do.
Last week we gave him almost 40 minutes of straight football, but we missed out on some big Thanksgiving games and a little Black Friday game also.
We did. I do want to say this though. Boy, I wasn't expecting the results from a lot of what we saw.
I think almost everything was an upset. Almost every game was an upset.
I would agree with that. I want to play this a little differently though. I know we usually talk about, we talk about the games. Obviously, we're going to talk about the Chiefs and Cowboys because it had major playoff implications.
Right.
But we need to talk playoff picture after this game, especially
It's time to talk playoff picture regardless.
And because the Kansas City Chiefs lost to the Dallas Cowboys, putting them at 6-6. Right now, 46% chance to make the playoffs.
It actually no. 39% right now.
Oh,
we're sitting 6-6. They have bumped even farther down than what they were before this game. I don't know who was expecting that game to go that way. I know we'll get into the Cowboys a little bit later.
Yep.
I feel like this is more of a Chiefs question right now. How did that possibly happen? Where I feel like about 3 weeks ago, we were talking like they had a pretty good chance after their comeback of the season a little bit.
Yeah.
What necessarily happened with the Kansas City Chiefs?
I want to say the lack of run game. I think the lack of just variety on offense. Obviously, we know Pat's going to make those plays.
Right.
And I think with Pacheco being out, not being consistently in the lineup, that run game was never able to really build.
Right.
They've been using Kareem Hunt, who's 32 years old, who's kind of a shell of himself.
It's the run game.
I'm not in love with their offensive play calling this year.
It's got to be the
not.
play calling, penalties aside too.
Yes.
It seems like every drive that they're going on, you're costing yourself almost 10, 15 yards each drive on just critical, stupid penalties.
And the run game is like what I alluded to, but also like the O-line has not been what we expected.
What I'm saying. A lot of the penalties are from the O-line.
Yeah, they drafted Josh Simmons with their first round pick. They signed a couple guys. It seemed like Jawan was going to kind of finally maybe have a breakout.
Yeah. And I'm a Josh Simmons fan. It seems like he came back from injury, which a lot of people were already waiting for him to come back, see if he can give more protection to Patrick Mahomes. He cost most of them possibly at least half of the offensive line penalties that game alone.
He did.
It hurts. It hurts. That's somebody that you most likely need if you have any playoff hopes at all for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And here's my question to you. I feel like this is the big question that I feel like everybody really wants answered is, do we see the Chiefs making the playoffs where they sit now or no?
I cannot say that. If I'm looking at the bubble right now, there's another team that's ahead of them that I feel will have to kick somebody else out to get to that spot. They're saying that the Chiefs has to jump about 3 to 2 teams to get up into the playoffs. That's tough.
And people forget that that's the case. And the teams that are above them, like when you look at Los Angeles,
Right.
Not Indianapolis anymore, but the Chargers. Yeah, Chargers.
I'm looking at really the 5 through the 7, and the one I'm talking about in the bubble that I feel like that's going to be the hardest jump for them is the Texans. I believe the Texans are on a whole different streak right now. They're on a whole different run. That's going to be tough to take them over and then possibly take somebody else out of the actual playoff hunt right now.
I agree. I think that you could potentially, now with the Chiefs falling out, I think you could see, instead of the AFC West having those 3 teams, like how we talked about in the beginning of the year,
which is a very big possibility.
I think it's possibly going to be the AFC South. It's going to be like Indianapolis, Jacksonville, and Houston that actually makes the playoffs.
Right.
Because going back one more time to the Chiefs, I guess, is the Jacksonville. I meant to say Jacksonville and Los Angeles both have head-to-head over them at
Right,
7-4. That would
But
just
if you look at it, those are the main teams that you can possibly get. Because I mean, the Bills, I don't really know if
so
that
basically.
division is going to be that tough for them.
And here's the crazy thing about it. Now, if you're the Chiefs, you're basically rooting for the Broncos.
You have to root for yeah, I'd say
You're rooting-
possibly just the Broncos, but it could be a couple teams that you are
Because-
actually rooting for.
Because
right now.
Denver's the only team that plays Jacksonville and Los Angeles.
Right.
So that's really what can propel them. And the Chiefs play the Broncos
Do you
again.
believe that Jacksonville will be the team that they have to knock out?
Oof.
Jacksonville, we look at who they play next. They play Tennessee. I would
Or
most highly say
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Or
You
no,
mean
they
the
play
Colts?
Tennessee. They play. Yes, you're right. I think
Because if
If-
you
if-
ask me, the Chargers play the Raiders next. Jaguars play Tennessee next. The Bills, that is a pretty big game that we will get into later also with Pittsburgh. But that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at most of the Chargers, maybe the Jags, who I believe will be getting another win this week.
okay. And if that's the case, then I think it's gonna have to be Houston being the last team that squeaks in.
Yeah.
If that's how it goes down, I just think maybe if Jacksonville were to fall out, I think they would fall out completely.
Yeah.
And that's not no disrespect to their
No, it's
team.
Not, it's not.
I think Houston's just red hot right now, and I
Houston
think this
is
Colts
very
will stay
hot
afloat.
you want to know what? 'Cause I know we're possibly going to skip over a little bit. I do think that if Davis Mills stays the quarterback, they got a pretty good chance to possibly go into the playoffs. I want to get into two. I feel like this kind of going to tie it into two teams that recently played also on Thanksgiving that are in the bubble. The Ravens coming off a loss to the Bengals, which obviously slides them down, which they were sitting at number 6. And now they sit at number 10 in the bubble in the AFC. Do we have anything about that?
Yeah, I think it's just an epic collapse for the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously their defense struggled in the beginning. Now it's their offense.
Yeah.
Now it's like kind of role reversal, and it's
Lamar's costing some people, man. He's costing me. He's costing me.
yeah, Lamar especially. He's been underwhelming since coming back from injury.
He has.
Like he had a first good game. He had the 3 touchdowns.
I
Obviously coming back against the Miami Dolphins.
I don't know if he's ready. I don't know if he's ready. It looks like he's still injured out there. Turnovers are looking pretty rough. But as we say all of this, you look at their playoff probability right now, they're still sitting above 60% at 62.
I think it's because of the schedule.
The schedule, and also I think that I don't know who's all really betting on Pittsburgh. I think obviously them playing the Bills, it helps out the Ravens a little bit also. If they can, the Bills can take that game away.
That's a huge game. I mean,
Right,
that has so
right.
much playoff implications because I feel like, call me crazy, both of these teams are kind of in the same spot right now. It's like if we lose, that really hurts.
It hurts, but if you win, it can push you up also because it's going back and forth. You look at the Ravens and Steelers; they're simply just trading spots.
And I think that's what we talk about, man. Once we get into week 13, I feel like every
Everything,
game
yeah.
matters,
Everything
especially
matters, and it's on both sides. I know we're talking about the AFC right now, but it's on both sides. The Ravens, I don't know because we're looking right now. The Ravens, obviously, we know what Joe Burrow was able to do to that defense, which
Absolutely.
it didn't look that bad on their defensive side. It was their offense just letting everything up, and it hurts easily. It hurts. I don't know how far you can go with it looking like that.
It does. Cincinnati looked completely different with Joe Burrow at quarterback. It's
Right.
almost like their defense tapped into some
defense plays
crazy
for Joe.
witchcraft. But I'll say this: I think it was a horrendous loss on Baltimore's part.
Yeah.
But I still think they can make it. I just think Pittsburgh is they're up in the air. I know they do get Aaron Rodgers back for this big matchup against Buffalo, but I think Buffalo understands the
Buffalo
gratitude of the
needs it.
situation.
Buffalo coming to the season, that was my possibly Super Bowl pick for the AFC. I don't know what has happened in the past couple of weeks, but they have to get it going. Like this game, you have to get it going. No matter if it's A-Rod, Mason Rudolph, whoever's playing quarterback, you have to get something going.
Now, we kind of talk about these bottom tier teams, the teams that are in the wild card or lead the division. I want to talk about the top 2.
Yes, sir.
We've ignored the top 2 in the AFC West, and I feel like a lot of people have, because both these teams, while they are sitting 10-2 and 9-2, I feel like they kind of get the same press as, are they for real or are they not?
It's just the standard of the team. That's all.
And
'Cause
it-
I mean, we look at their records. Obviously, the record is telling us enough that we need. Their next games also, they're playing New York for the Patriots. Denver Broncos are about to go play Mariota, which would have been a big game before, but they're playing Mariota now. They're both going to be getting a win. And then we're still going to question them the next week and asking, are they still a real team? It's going to happen every week until they get into the playoffs.
That's very true. That's very true. And I think when we both look at these two teams, their identity is kind of opposite. You
Yeah.
have the Denver Broncos, who are 9-2 right now, based on their defense. They've had one of the if not the best defense in the NFL.
league.
And as for the Patriots, Drake May has
Switch
ascended.
it over to the MVP. Right?
He has gone over to this MVP with the offense. Stephon Diggs is starting to come out of his shell.
Mac Hollins turns. Their
Trayvon
offense
Henderson.
is looking competitive.
And the defense is what is suspect at times. Which team, if you're any other AFC team, which team do you not want to see in the playoffs? Especially if it's either in New England or in Denver.
You know what? I still think the Bills would be a hard matchup for either of those teams. Last year, because the Broncos, they're a different team, but last year we know what happened in the playoffs. We know how
Absolutely.
that went. No respect. And then the Patriots, once again, we still don't know if they will be a one and done team also. Maybe what if they have to play the Colts? What if they possibly have to play the Steelers, who maybe gets in the playoffs? That could still be a tough game. That could still be pretty tough. So I don't know. Do you have somebody in mind that you think that they would possibly take over these two teams? Other than the Bills.
I would probably say, listen, this might be the hot take. I think the way that Houston's defense is
Wow.
playing, if
Yeah.
Houston were to somehow sneak in,
I don't think Houston beats the Broncos, and they do beat the Patriots.
that's fair.
I just the defense for the Broncos, that's tough to get around because even how bad their offense plays, you still have to have your offense come on the field and try to push the ball up the field. That is tough, as we've seen all year round.
That's true. I can see that. Are you still rolling? I know last episode we talked about our Super Bowl picks. You picked Denver. Is that still the route you're going? Or are you
That is
taking New
still
England?
my route for sure.
Wow.
For right now, yeah.
That's very fair.
I don't know if I believe in the Patriots. They're a good team. I have more faith in the Denver Broncos. It's simply defense. Defense can win championships. Always.
That's very true. Moving on I want to talk a little bit about this week. This week we obviously have some good games. I want to talk about some games that have some big playoff implications.
Right.
We kind of glazed on it a little bit, but not too much.
Right.
1:00 slate. You got the Texans and the Colts.
Yep.
6-5 sit the Houston Texans to the 8-3 Colts. Who wins this game and why?
I want to say the Colts. I really want to say the Colts. It's just I feel like their last game scarred me. Even though it wasn't against the Chiefs. I don't know. Texans, they're looking so hot right now.
Poised too.
That seemed like what you said. I think DeMarco has them just looking straight like a narrow edge. Their defense is killing people. I mean, like I've never seen Josh Allen ever get sacked and just jumped on that much.
Most of his career, by the way, 8 sacks.
Ever. That was a complete defensive masterclass, and I'll say even a massacre. I don't know how the Colts will possibly get around that, but let's hope that Jonathan Taylor can have one of his big games somehow with running the ball. So if so, then I can possibly turn it around.
Yeah, one more game before we switch over to the NFC playoff picture.
Yeah.
That I think has other playoff implications. We glanced on it a little bit. Bills and Steelers.
Yeah.
That's a big game. Who wins that game?
I'm going to give it to the Bills. No way, after seeing what happened in your last game, that you let anything even close go to that. I know we talked about earlier, A-Rod could possibly be coming back, but you have to have some type of strength.
Will Aaron Rodgers perform well in his first game back, you think, from the wrist? Me personally, I just don't see him playing well. So that's why I'm taking Buffalo with you.
It's his offhand. I don't know. You think that he won't?
I think it'll still affect him. He's 40 years old, man.
I feel like every time I doubt A-Rod, since I've known football, it just never works for me. Ever. Green 19.
That's
Green
fair.
19. Yeah, I don't know.
That's fair.
You want to move to the NFC?
I'm ready.
And the NFC playoff picture?
The NFC playoff
And-
picture that shifted completely, in my opinion,
Yeah.
since Black Friday.
Since Thursday. Since
okay,
Thursday. Since
Thursday. Oh,
Thursday.
you're right.
Since Thursday.
You're right.
This,
Wow.
This is where we can really talk about the bubble. The bubble in the AFC is fun. Bubble in the AFC is fun. NFC, we have real questions for predictions right here. We look at obviously the 8 to, I don't even say the 8 to 10. You have the Panthers sitting at 6-6, Cowboys 6-5-1, and then you have the Lions who
7-5.
sneak down to the 8th spot with 7-5. That is tricky right there. Obviously, we talked about the Cowboys. Well, no, we talked about the Chiefs.
We talked about the
not-
Chiefs
We have
side.
not talked about the Cowboys. Cowboys have looked like
Their offense has looked incredible. I'll say this. Obviously, I think the big story is going to be their defense has stepped up
it has
tremendously.
set up with the moves, but
The
but
offense is
the offense,
all right.
Mr. 3 trio man, Dak,
It's guaranteed points at this point.
CeeDee Lamb, Pickens,
Javante,
Javante.
Ferguson. I mean, Turpin. They're tough on offense.
They
Their
are
offense simply has
nasty.
playmakers. I think there's no shade to Dak. Dak's been having a great year.
Yeah,
If you put Josh Allen behind that and you put any other quarterback back there, they're winning a Super Bowl with a more competent defense, I'll say.
Right,
So I'm not trying to shit on Dak. But what a game for them to win to prove that they're back in the playoff picture.
you beat
In the hunt.
the Chiefs, you beat the Eagles.
Yep.
Play the Lions next week, who are sitting right above you in the bubble.
After losing a big Thanksgiving game at home against Green Bay. And that was a game of just, in my opinion, the play calling lost in that game.
Yeah,
They went for it a couple of times on 4th down and didn't convert. Where I feel like even though their defense was struggling,
right.
I still think they could have got a stop or two.
They could have definitely got to stop this Cowboys team. I'm looking at them as a real, and I know we're looking at it as an 18% playoff probability. They look like a complete playoff team. They've taken the heads off of the last 2 Super Bowl appearance teams. You're going against a pretty good team next week, which I think they have a very decent chance. They have a very
I
good
totally
chance.
agree. I totally agree. And I honestly believe that if Dallas is able to win this game against is going to win this game against the Lions, they will punch their ticket into playoffs. Their
Yeah.
schedule is a cakewalk from there on
You
out,
think
in
it's
my
because
opinion.
they went through the complete gauntlet to get there.
The only team that I think they may run into some troubles to is Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But even then, I think that offense will expose whatever
Right.
the Chargers have. And I think the defense will slightly be able to hold them off. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I think Dallas's defense got so much better than we give it credit for, actually.
I think that
They're
we
getting to the
didn't give
passer.
it credit in the first week when Jerry made those moves. Since then, you can visually
Overshawn-
see the cues.
Overshawn, whatever his name is.
Williams,
Bland is back. I mean, they look decent.
they look decent enough for your offense to come off the field and you
look
still have a
nice.
chance.
Yes.
You still have a chance. So yeah, I want to get into the actual playoffs for the actual NFC, like the hunt.
Absolutely.
7, we have the 49ers, 6 Packers, 5 the Seahawks. With those 3 teams, do you see any of those possibly taking on the Eagles, Bears, or the Rams that sit 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, Seattle.
Seattle.
100%. I think that defense is just is stellar. It's awesome. They make plays, and it's not like they hold you to a 3 and out. They'll force a fumble.
They will.
They are top 10 in the league. Believe top 5 actually in turnovers. And they score. They're one of the highest scoring defenses in the NFL as well.
I would like to say something. JSN is the best wide receiver in football.
And that's the other side that you have to transition to. You have Sam Darnold, a competent, good, accurate quarterback, a Pro Bowl quarterback, a great quarterback.
A great quarterback who
He's there.
Which it's funny this week, play Minnesota. I think that they will have at least Kevin O'Connell will be looking over there and just possibly thinking, did we really do this? Did we let that one go?
Exactly. I mean, his ball has been damn near perfect this year. Obviously, he had a bad game with the 4 interceptions.
Right.
But prior to that, he was on
He was
Sunday Night Football
balling. He was
throwing
balling.
4
Yeah.
touchdowns and a half.
He was balling, and like we said, Jason, he's the best wide receiver. You added on Rashid, who just makes his job so much easier. Makes his job so much easier because you don't want to let that one open either. So I do agree. A question: you don't think that the Packers are actually a matchup for anybody at all?
I'm not a big fan of the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers this year.
I'm not a fan of the 49ers. Brock Purdy with
Green Bay had a really good game against the Detroit Lions. I think they game planned well.
Micah Parsons is an animal.
Micah Parsons
He
is
is
an animal. My problem with them is that offense at times is inconsistent, especially against the good teams. We saw them play Philly in what was a barn burner in which they lost.
Right.
I just really don't trust them. Yeah, I think the Rams exposed them on both sides.
Yeah.
I think the Chicago run game actually exposes the Green Bay defense patches a little bit. And the trickery that Ben Johnson has, don't see that.
Ben Johnson.
Philly will do it again. Yeah.
Yeah. I want him to have his own little segment.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson.
Philly doesn't beat them. I mean, Philly beats them. Tampa,
no.
Maybe that's the team that they beat.
No. That's what I'm saying.
They would have to meet, and I don't even think it'd get to that point. I think Tampa will get eliminated actually immediately.
Tampa is going to get eliminated. If you want to switch over to there, Tampa started off the season 5-1. Since then, they have lost their last 4 out of 5 games. This has looked like a real, actual, just a complete disaster. This hurts to even see.
It's simply the injuries. I think the injuries have taken the locker room. I think now they're still playing hard. I'm not trying to say that.
Hard, and you have Goblin right now. You're getting Bucky Irvin this week. You can possibly. You're still sitting number 4.
If they want to make a run, it's going to have to be now.
You have an 80% chance to make the playoffs with losing the last 4 out of 5 games. You're getting players back slowly. And Mecca could possibly still have his breakout after having maybe a couple weeks off. You still have a chance. You do still have a chance.
I mean, they play the Cardinals. They play after the Cardinals, I believe. They play the Saints.
You better win this game because Jacoby Brissett has been actually looking pretty good as a quarterback. He has. He hasn't been looking better than Kyler. Okay,
he has.
Okay,
and that's a conversation that'll be had. That'll be had in that front office for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Because
Kyler Murray will be the Minnesota Vikings quarterback next year. Yes.
All right, that's enough out of you.
That's very true. I hate to tell you.
That's a hot take.
That's not a hot take. It's either going to be Kyler Murray or in a Vikings jersey. I have nobody else, just Kyler Murray.
Jacoby Brissett.
No.
Depending on who they pick.
Kyler Murray will be in a Vikings jersey next year.
I actually think Jacoby Brissett fits them better. But back to the Bucs. I think the Buccaneers, they'll get eliminated. As of now, right now, they'll play Seattle. It's probably going to stay that way. They're probably going to have to play Seattle. And they lose that.
Yeah. I think they lose against, at least right now where they're standing at with their team's injuries.
Maybe San Francisco.
Yeah, I'll say possibly San Francisco.
They won't even meet. They won't even meet. So I don't think it matters. Like I think either team will get eliminated in the first round.
I want to talk about another team because I feel like we kind of skipped over them. The Eagles, who just lost a very
ugly.
It was I'll say that game was, for at least an Eagles fan, was not pretty to watch at all. They got ran over by the Chicago Bears. Literally got ran over in the game. Chicago Bears are sitting now 9-3, which I think that the Chicago fans are saying they're definitely back. Is that true? Or is Chicago back this year?
Yeah, Chicago's definitely back. I think their run game is so good. They rushed for over 280 yards. Right. I mean, Swift, I don't even know how to say his name. Among guy.
Hey, just know that they did
Kyle Monungai. Yes, bro. Kyle Monungai. I got that.
Thanks.
But they've been great.
Right.
I think Ben Johnson. It's truly Ben Johnson. I mean,
Ben Johnson walking in the locker room.
Perform.
The locker room loves him, man. I don't know if it's a person in that locker room that will not run through a wall for his coach, and that's the way it should be. Man goes there and takes off his shirt. He's shredded, man. He's shredded, and what about that team win, man?
They're winning games.
What about that team win, man? You're
Absolutely.
9-3. You deserve it because
Defense looks good.
not even that. The first 2 weeks, especially that first game, oh boy, did we have some stuff to say about Chicago. And I think it was funny because I think at least half of the locker room didn't even know the next person's name. They were just getting to know each other. And we look and see what it's been since then. Oh, man.
Yeah, and I think for Chicago too, like it's their defense too. Their defense
Yeah.
keeps getting better
Right.
week by week. I mean, listen, Philly is a tough offense
For
still.
sure.
Let's
for
not
sure.
let's not sugarcoat that. And they forced some turnovers.
Right.
They got stops.
They did. And you want to know
This
why?
could be a dangerous team in the playoffs.
I have a question because I saw some pretty decent arguments, and I kind of agree with both sides. Some fans who I think actually possibly didn't really watch the game, and they said that when A.J. Brown has the numbers, they seem to lose. When he's not, they seem to win. It just seems like they're just finishing their job on offense.
I think that's an unfair.
Unfair take, correct, and I believe so. If you watch the game, A.J. Brown was possibly the only reason they actually had a chance in that whole game. In the full game, the Moss was crazy too. In the whole game, I think that he was the main reason. Yes, it has looked a little bit odd though that every single week that he does have good numbers is the weeks that the actual Eagles are falling.
That is true when you look at it. But
I'm saying this was a big game for AJ. We saw the last week. It was obviously whatever too. But they're losing.
I think it's more of because they're abandoning what their identity was last year.
So is it not on AJ? Not on AJ. Not on AJ.
No, it's not
because that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's on AJ.
I think
It's the circulation around him.
I think it's
No?
unfair. I think that's unfair. I think
It's
because
unfair to both
those
sides.
games they can't seem to run the ball, so they're throwing to AJ.
So they're
I
throwing
think
to AJ Brown. But
Yes.
what about what were you doing before when you were winning all the games and AJ Brown was not getting the ball?
I just think no, because you can't say that because I think with Devontae
Is that
Smith,
not what it
with
looks
all
like?
with all the receivers, I understand what you're trying to say, and I'm not a huge fan of AJ this year.
Oh,
I don't
am.
think it's
I
like
am.
that, though.
1K always open. Like you can hate him. 1K will always be open. He is.
That's right.
He is.
That's
AJ
right.
Brown's
I mean, he
AJ
played a great game.
AJ Brown was
And you
setting
know
a lot of
what?
people's
I'll
top
go as
fives
far
for
as
3
this.
years straight.
Right now, as they currently sit, they're 8-4.
Right.
They need to string together some wins now. I would be shocked if AJ Brown isn't a part of those wins.
I think that they're once because they've already somewhat got him back into the game. Once they get everything tied up, they're still going to be the Eagles. Regardless, they will still be the Eagles. Possibly
I still have them as my Super Bowl pick.
against who? Mr. Broncos fan against who? Be honest, man.
No, but you know what? No, I feel like I still have to stay with the Broncos. I said that last week.
Yeah.
I said it last week. We haven't even played.
And you know who my pick was because the Eagles cannot see the Rams. We have
Fair
not
enough.
talked about the Rams. The Rams are the best team in the NFC. Nobody is seeing them right now. They are too equal on both sides. Matthew Stafford looks golden. Devontae Adams has a touchdown every single game, and the way that he is moving looks like Devontae Adams. Their defense looks great. Their defense looks great. I know you played the banged up Buccaneers, but dog, that was a complete just like come on.
So you have Los Angeles and who?
And the Broncos, that hasn't changed.
So it hasn't changed. Okay.
Has not changed. I feel like
Fair
that'd be
enough.
weird if it changed right there. Come on. Nobody, none of them have lost.
Very true. Speaking of champions,
Mm-hmm.
do you think, and we're transitioning over here, do you think the NBA should just crown the Oklahoma City Thunder NBA champions this year?
That is so wild to say.
I'm sorry.
That is so wild to say.
I had
that
to.
man just transitioned over to say that we should crown OKC. We should just crown it right now for Chip. It looks like that for real.
That's what it seems like.
And
It's actually concerning how, as an NBA fan, I'm actually going to remove my Oklahoma City counterparts. This is going to somewhat ruin the NBA. It could potentially ruin the NBA.
in what way?
Oklahoma City Thunder, who were sitting at 18-1 before last night, finally got Jalen Williams back on the floor.
J-Dub.
Dub, who did not play well, who did not shoot the ball well from the field, played good defense.
Right.
He had 11, 4, and 8. They're now 19-1.
Yeah.
Aaron Wiggins injured right now. Hartenstein didn't play last night.
Mitch.
They haven't had a full healthy lineup yet. They have Nikola Topic on the bench,
Yeah,
Thomas Sorber on the bench,
somebody else on the bench.
two
too.
top 15 picks, and it looks like they might get the first overall pick next year.
Adam Silver has to somehow take that away
Step
from
in.
you guys. No, I'm being for real. You think I'm joking? I'm going to join the Instagram comments. Now I have to become a casual. They have to take that away from you guys. It won't be fair at all. He's not lying. No matter if you're an OKC fan or not, you have to be able to say that there is levels to every single team. I think there's possibly 3 teams that sit in a little tier right below the OKC Thunder, like a little S tier, which is usually the top.
Yeah,
And then you have then you have the gold tier that they just kind of sit alone with themselves. Nobody will be touching them. I don't think we've ever seen a team like this, only because they are almost like an AAU NBA team that nobody can stop. Nobody can stop at all. Shea has a 37 night last night when Jada doesn't play good. That just shows us that if Jada played good, it can be the other way around.
I mean,
Either way.
he shot 3 of 12 last night, and they won. And
it was a close game.
It
That game
became
was
close,
pretty-
but
pretty
OKC
decent.
for the most part of the game
Yeah.
was leading and never
Yeah.
lost the lead.
Yeah.
So I think OKC was still in control of that game.
For sure.
In the West,
It's over for them. That's what I'm saying. We can't give them too much spotlight. We know what they are.
no,
Let's
that's
talk
not-
about my GOAT. I'm sorry. I know it's not
Well-
his main doing. I know it's a team thing. The LA Lakers, they look better almost every single game I've watched. Man, I'm keeping it honest. Luka, Austin Reeves, DeAndre Ayton, LeBron James. That's all you need, man. That's all you need. DeAndre Ayton looks amazing. All the talk that we hear. I know he's a regular season player also. I know that. We know this, but he looks great. Luka is averaging 35 points.
he's averaging a damn near triple double, and I think he's looked great, fantastic this year. I think something about
Luka is averaging.
the only thing that bothers me about the Lakers is if they're going to stay healthy. I just don't see a world where they stay healthy, where LeBron plays deep into the playoffs anymore. He's just simply getting up there in age.
You can possibly have one person out, and Lakers can finally say what a lot of other teams haven't been able to say. We can still win this game. They can. Like, I think like if Luka's out, then that could possibly be tough. But even when Luka was out, they were winning games. You wanna know why? Because Austin Reeves will be getting paid this offseason. He's playing basketball. Austin Reeves is playing out of his mind.
Oh,
right now.
he's playing awesome too. They're on a 6-game
Playing out of
win
his
streak
mind
right now. I think there's actually 2 or 3 teams better than them right now, below them. I think
with injuries and everything.
with injuries they can win. Without injuries, they're beating them. I think Denver's better. I think San Antonio beats them, and I think the Houston Rockets beat them.
They beat San Antonio. Houston Rockets will be a tough game, but I believe that they can possibly win that
I
game.
do not think in a playoff series the Lakers will beat the Houston Rockets.
I do. I promise you that they would realize that they have no point guard. You're telling me that Luka, Austin Reeves, and LeBron
the
James
emergence of Reed Shepard has been unparalleled right now.
defensive
You
wise,
forget-
great score. He dropped. What did he drop? Like 32.
They've
or
played
something? Like, he
2
dropped
last games.
32?
They played 2 last games. They're probably going to win their next 2 games.
Yeah.
So they're going to have basically the same record. So let's not take a look
I
at the
feel
record.
that he would get cooked in the playoffs. You're telling me that he would be guarding Luka, right? Or Austin Reeves? Is that what you're
My
saying?
men would not lock.
You're saying so? Who would be guarding Austin Reeves or Luka? Which one? A-Man can only guard one of them. So who's guarding another one? He's getting barbecued. Stop! And you know that they would
got bagged like
so
that.
bad. Stop.
LeBron does not
They
have a
would.
bag like
They
that
would
anymore.
pick.
He can still drive to the cup and shoot, but LeBron is not somebody you have to face guard
I'm not gonna
24/7.
let this rage base start. I'm not gonna let this
LeBron is not somebody you have to
happen. I'm
face
not gonna
guard
let- I'm not
24/7.
gonna let this rage base start
Anymore.
LeBron James is the GOAT. If you don't guard him,
That
you're
is so
doomed.
crazy for you to say. LeBron James is
I'm
not a
doing
face-up
this.
guard
I'm not
anymore.
doing this. I'm not doing this.
LeBron James
Stop.
is not a face.
He don't got to
face.
He don't got to be. You got to. You get. Because guess what? If you're guarding him up, somebody need to go guard the other people, right?
AR and Luka. We're gonna put Jared Vanderbilt in
And then all the people on the corner who's actually hitting their shots right now too.
right now,
Give-
early in the
give-
seasson. I'm glad. I want to see it later.
All right,
I wanna
that-
see a team that
we will
has-
see. We will see. We will see. Don't you ever someone go like that ever again, you disrespectful little guy gang.
Moving on to Houston Rockets, though, you were just talking about them not having a point guard.
They don't, because
It
I
looks-
know that
it
Reed,
looks
that Reed
pretty
is hooping.
good.
I know that Reed is hooping. Still a defense liability.
He is a defensive liability,
Still can't guard anybody.
but that's why you don't
still
start him.
can get in
You can
foul
still
trouble.
have a point guard.
I guess.
But-
Dog, when I saw Dave, because remember I was like, dang, who is that? It was Davison, who was pretty good player for the Boston Celtics. I don't even know why they don't even have him possibly starting a guard. He's a nice guard, at least where you can get defense and offense. I know Reed can hoop. Reed can shoot if he gets hot.
I think
he gets
because
hot.
I think because they like their tall lineup, and I
Yeah,
like it too at
Yeah,
times.
I do
They-
too.
I like it too at times.
They still look good this far deep. Yeah, they do.
They're
They
number
they
one
do.
in rebounding.
Of
I
course.
mean, what they
Well,
set out to do,
Yeah,
that's what they've
Yeah,
done.
of
No,
course,
so
of
they've
course.
executed on that
and
standpoint.
their offense still is pretty good.
It-
Like, we
it-
all
it-
thought it was going to be their defense. Their offense still is like decent.
It
They're
is, and
decent.
I think it'll be like a Reed Shepard off the bench, heavy
Yeah.
minute situation. I think Reed will probably play a lot of
But
minutes.
who's your? Oh, you think that they will start with the
They
big
start with the
lineup?
tall
Okay,
lineup.
Okay.
because it's hard to guard.
Right.
I mean, you
right.
can store if Ahmed were to get a 3-point shot, it's over. Then you will have to put them in S tier. If Ahmed Thompson had a consistent 3-point shot, they would be S tier with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay. Okay.
Simply.
I'm gonna leave with that because I feel like we're not gonna agree. We would not agree, I guess. Let's talk about a couple of the teams that's ahead of. I know we talked about the 1, 2, 3. Talked about San Antonio a little bit earlier in Denver. We have the 7 through the 10 because I know Phoenix. You guys already played them. We saw what they can do. Also, 7 through the 10. We have Minnesota, Golden State, Blazers, and the Grizzlies. Anything for those 4 teams that looks to me inconsistent. Every single team that I listed off right there,
It's inconsistent, absolutely.
inconsistent, very. Because some nights look great, where I think that
Timber-
maybe they can beat any of the top teams.
Timberwolves, Portland. Those are the 2 teams that sneak in. I
No.
think Timberwolves, Portland. I don't see Golden State. I think
I think
Steph
Golden
just
State.
had an injury.
Yeah, he's like a week long. Like he's out for
Yes.
like 2-3 games too.
So
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's gonna be an uphill battle for the Warriors. Man. I,
thi-
feel like
think
all
Minnesota,
season it is.
Minnesota makes me like upset sometimes watching them because they have potential to be a finals team.
Yeah.
They don't play like it some nights. I feel like some nights they forget who they are. They forget who they are.
They do, and I feel like Oklahoma City that game a couple nights ago was a great Great game for them
Great game
to
That
see where
was
they
a-
were.
That was a great game for them. It
So messed
was.
up to say.
It was a great.
I
game
wasn't
for
going there
them.
with that. I was saying that was going to be a big measuring stick for them because if they could beat OKC, then maybe it proves that they're better than what we
You know
thought
what?
they were. But
When-
they didn't,
When
and they
Ant-
crumbled in the fourth,
when
like how
Ant
they have.
hit that pump. He said 1, 2, hit it 3 over 2 defenders. That was a 1-point game with what, like maybe a minute 2 to go.
It was, but they collapsed in the fourth.
Exactly.
It's a game that if it were 2 teams, if a team's making that run, they win that game.
You can,
And they
not even
simply
that,
couldn't.
The late turnovers have to get better. You already have to deal with possibly Ant having a very slow start, which is now it's starting to become a problem for me. Because Ant, it'll be the first quarter of the 2 minutes to go. He'll maybe have a bucket, maybe with 3 attempts, possibly. You got to get something going. So when you go in a late game and you start to have turnovers after finally getting maybe a
Yep.
spark, that is a mood switch. That has to be just switching everything over.
From now here's a question. Obviously, OKC is heavily favored to return to
Right.
the NBA Finals again. From 2 through 10, I'll say 10 for what the hell, 2 through 10. Who can most likely advance to the NBA Finals if Oklahoma City does fall?
I will say fully healthy the Denver Nuggets. I still think the Denver Nuggets in a fully healthy series will go to a 6 or 7 game. Yeah. No response. I feel like you don't agree. Who do
No,
you
I
think
do.
is better?
No, I do.
I'm about to say, who
I
do you
do.
think is better than Denver fully healthy? Because
No, nobody. I think
they're
I
6-5.
agree.
They have had a couple of games, obviously, where they have lost some, but that is because of the injuries. Like Aaron Gordon and Ron are 2 very important pieces.
Very
They are.
true.
Like they're simply important.
I
So-
agree too. I think it'd have to be the Nuggets as well. I was kind of trying to see if I could lean towards the Rockets, but to your point, I think
In a 7-game series.
and I just thought to myself, I feel like OKC would find a way to break down that tall lineup.
Yeah.
and there would
It would take them 2 games. Like they would actually win those 2 games while still figuring out somehow. Yes. I want to go over to the East because obviously we have our number 1 sitting with Detroit Pistons, which they were.
You said the least, the least, because
Watch your mouth.
that's what that conference
He
is.
he always tried to disrespect for.
That no, the conference. That's what the conference is.
I know.
No,
Stop, bro.
just
Dang.
the Eastern
Dang.
Conference is the least. It should be the least.
Us, bro.
Now hold on. Don't get me wrong. There are teams having like good years this year so far in the Eastern Conference. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you look at the win-loss discrepancy for West and East, it's almost like kind of. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
Detroit Pistons, man. They have still a very decent record. It obviously got snapped recently, and then you lost to the Orlando Magic. Are they still looking like the same team that was on that very big streak to start the season?
Last 2 games? No,
Exactly,
I mean
no.
this is
They're
2
not.
losses in a row for them, and
Yeah.
it seems like they're
could
just.
be a little cold streak though.
I think it is because they're
could.
still playing hard defensively. I
Yeah.
just think offensively they haven't been able to get it going when it mattered.
Right.
Cade Cunningham's still playing. Like if Jokic and Shea didn't exist, Cade Cunningham would probably be a league MVP. Could probably win league MVP this year. But unfortunately, Luka Doncic, Shea, and
Yeah.
the top 3 exist. If the top 3 didn't exist,
3, man.
he's right there.
He is. Another team going right down. I actually want to talk about that has slowly creeped up that we have not talked about at all. Miami Heat, who are sitting out 3rd in the East, which shows also how weak the East is. Miami Heat have slid up slightly on a very quiet streak, and I want to talk about one player in specific. Bam Adebayo has actually showed up. He's starting to play his game of basketball.
He is, and I like Kellyan Ware.
Yeah, he's nice too.
He's
nice,
really
lengthy guy that
good.
can get a bucket too.
I'll say this: it looks like him and Bam, that combo together, is starting to mesh a little bit better now.
Yeah,
but early in the season, it did not look good.
Yeah.
It did not.
Well,
look
Ware
good.
looked good. Bam just wasn't really kind of getting it started.
Exactly.
And now Bam is. That's what I'm saying. Bam, and you can see it in their schedule. Like, I mean, not their schedule, their wins. We're on a pretty good streak right now. I will say that too. They're on a 6-game streak. The only person that's above them right now is obviously the Toronto Raptors on a 9-game win streak.
Which their win streak.
Glorilla. I'm gonna say her name every single time. Glorilla.
I'm surprised you said that because when we talked about Toronto.
You want to say Crody so bad. You want to say Toronto, fam.
Stop.
That's all you want to say.
When we talked about Toronto and you talked about win streak, that's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
Because of what they've been doing this year it has been nothing short of amazing.
They are killing.
And we talked about the roster a little bit.
Yeah.
Before we really got into the season, and we said it'd be kind of mediocre. It's panned out so great for them.
They're just getting actual progress from players that I don't think that I thought was actually going to have a big leap this year. Grady Dick is looking pretty good. That is so great. This is a grown man. By the way.
He has been looking good.
This is a grown man, by the way.
No, he has been
Grady.
No, Grady has been playing.
RJ is, for some reason, RJ just hooping. He simply just hooping.
Brandon
Xavier
Ingram has been playing out of his mind. I mean, he has been. We called him lazy. We called him lazy on the pod. Last season, we called him kind of lazy
for us to say. Man, we got ties from Brandon Ingram. Bro.
He is 26, 37, 14. Scrap that. 24, 22.
His could potentially be getting such. Oh man.
We could potentially be getting like a "this is my team" Brandon Xavier Ingram All-Star type of season.
I thought that I was never going to see a straight killer from the mid-range ever again like that since DeMar DeRozan, because DeMar was possibly my last one I saw like that.
Did he?
KD is still KD. I'm talking about like a new they got time.
Fair enough.
Brandon, he exhausted every time, and it looks so pretty because it's the same motion every time. It looks like he goes up in slow motion above his defender, taught and learned, and it goes in almost every time.
It does, and it looks like they're having fun.
It is, yeah.
And you know what this is?
Their coach also.
Can I tell you what this is? This Raptors team with a rejuvenated Brandon Ingram is starting to slowly remind me of the Oladipo Indiana Pacers when they first got Oladipo.
Whoa.
If that makes sense.
Whoa.
Brandon was always good.
I don't.
Hold on,
whoa.
wait, hold on. Brandon was always good. Brandon was
Whoa.
always good. He's gonna make an All-Star this year.
Whoa.
Brandon was always good.
Whoa.
Brandon was always very good. Don't
We're
try
talking
to
about a team that went to. Actually, that would have went to the finals if they didn't have to play a Game 7 LeBron James. That Indiana Pacers. Do you know what they would have done to the Toronto Raptors right now?
If you give the Toronto Raptors a full season healthy, I don't know. Might be good to watch. Might be fun to
Go
watch.
rewatch that season, man. I had to watch them in the regular season. They beat us like 3 different
I
times,
know, but
2 times.
That
was
honestly
crazy.
I
don't
know. I really like Toronto. I've
don't
watched
know.
Toronto Raptors.
I
this year.
love Toronto too.
They
I
look
love them, yeah.
great.
They do. They look very great. Yes, they do.
They look great. They play good defense. They're top 5 in assists. They share the ball.
They go back and forth, and it's their pace too. They are a fast, one of the faster
It
pace.
kind of reminds me of that, and I think they can go deep in the playoffs. LeBron's not there. LeBron isn't there.
I'm saying, but you know, like who they had to play in that East, like it's not the same. This is
It's
not
similar.
the same.
If Brandon can get hot, 37
It's not
hot,
the same, man.
it's the same.
They were playing Boston at the time. You had to play a Joel Embiid 76ers. You still had New York. Yeah, you got to go back to 2018, bro. That was crazy. You got to go back.
Another team I want to talk about in the East, and I'm sorry, but we have to talk about them because they were the number 1 seed last year, and now they have dropped to 6. Still above 500.
I tried to kind of go past it. I was trying to see if
The
it was gonna let
last
us sneak
10,
by.
5-5. What's going on with the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Just trying to find our actual pace back. It's us coming off of injury. We can't even use injuries as an excuse anymore. It's us coming from injuries, trying to find out where we are at. Donovan Mitchell, every single game, will look like he is a top 3 shooting guard in the league, if not top 2. If not top 1, shit.
Shooting guard?
Shooting guard.
Oh,
Shooting guard. You said Shea. Shea's not a shooting guard, right?
she's not a shooting
Exactly.
guard.
So who's 1? Buck? Let's look at Don's numbers. Don is the number 1 shooting guard in the league.
Okay.
The rest of the team, Evan Mobley is a disappointment for some reason this year. He looks like he does not want it at all. He's averaging 0.2 more points than he did last year.
Anthony Edwards.
Who?
Anthony Edwards.
No.
They-
Donovan Mitchell is better. That's crazy. You're saying that Anthony Edwards is better than Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, you're
Let's look at
right.
the
You're
camera.
right. You're right. You're right. No, you're right. I didn't think about it, but it's a thought. It's a food for thought.
It's thought. But at 24 years old, I cannot see he's better than
What
Donovan
is
Mitchell.
going on with this Cleveland team?
Like I said, bro, we have disappointments. Jared Allen sucks. Evan Mobley doesn't want to play basketball. Our bench is still trying to come together.
Do you
don't
think
know,
that
man.
Cleveland still has a chance to go back to the 1 seed?
To the 1 seed, yes, for sure. Will we be seeing the finals like we had hopes for last year? No. Do we lose to possibly any of the top 3 teams? Or no, I said like not the Miami Heat, but I say if we played the Knicks, not we could never lose to them. If we played the Knicks, if we played Detroit, if we possibly played Toronto,
What if you play Atlanta, who they lost to last night?
we would beat them in a 7-game series. Donovan Mitchell had a 40 ball last night, and our other players just could not shoot the ball. They simply could not shoot the ball, and it was close. Yeah, I in a 7-game series, yes.
And for the East, for the West, I mean, we talked about 6 through 10.
Yeah.
Which or 7? We'll do 7 through 10.
7 through 10.
Out of those 2 teams, who makes the playoffs?
Orlando, who just beat the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference, I would say obviously they would possibly get a little sneak in. And I mean, I want to say Philadelphia.
Philly. You
I
have to say
still
Philly.
I still have hope for Chicago, bro.
That's
I
fair.
know. I'm sorry.
3
bro.
and 7 in the last
I
10.
know. That is a rough stretch. Simply, it is a rough stretch. Watching their games, they are finding the bad end of the stick every single fourth quarter. It's
They
not like
are.
they're getting blown out
They're
every
not.
single game. They are just finding the bad stick. If they can possibly play good, take over where Boston's sitting at right now. If obviously we know Philly's playing good also, but
Still
I
6
think
and 2
that,
at home too.
so I'm saying I think that you still have a chance. I think that you still have a decent chance.
I don't agree though.
Is it Philly?
I do think it's Philly.
It's Philly.
I really
Philly
like
does
Philly
look
right
good,
now.
man. Philly does look good, man. They do. Philly looks very good.
Yeah,
It's just also that
Tyrese Maxey.
Joel Embiid's also playing with 1/4 of a leg. I'm just
Don't
being,
get me
I'm
started
being
on Joel
honest.
Embiid. I think they should trade him now.
For
You have a great team.
for who?
Anthony Davis.
Well, what would the Mavs take it for though?
Mavs are idiots.
Mavs already is, but not anymore. I'm hoping that the Mavs are going to try to act like the OKC Thunder after letting Nico go.
A second round pick? Go ahead.
Dog, I'm telling you that
We'll take
they will try to make the most smartest moves.
They're
for
just
going
gonna
forward.
draft.
Actually,
They're
no,
just gonna.
listen up. Dallas, except for that move, we have always respected Dallas. Dallas's.
That's true.
We've always respected them. It's not like they always make stupid moves. It's not like that. That was the one move where we always just like, what are they doing? That's the only time that has happened. They let him go. So I think that they would not trade for Joel Embiid. Unless you pair me up with Joel and Paul George. But what would you have to give me?
I don't know. To your point, he's 1/4 of a man.
Exactly.
He's
It's
gotten beat. He's
1/4
gotten
of a
beaten
leg.
up. He's gotten beaten up and
1/4
beat
of a
down.
leg, man. Great player though.
Great player.
Great player. He has been beaten down though.
He has been, and I think it's only fair if we talk about getting beaten down.
Beat down, man. Just a straight beat down, man. I
UF
know, man.
UFC 324 has been announced for the first UFC event on Paramount Plus.
Ooh.
No more pay-per-view. We get to watch it for. We have Paramount Plus. I like that.
Get down, man.
Come on now.
Listen,
UFC 324 for the lightweight interim title. Justin Gaethje, number 4 ranked.
I want to go somehow from the top to the bottom. Just know
number
that
5
Dana
ranked
White,
Patty Pimblett.
Dana White's man. Bro, it was some people that was talking a little trash this year because we didn't have it as stacked out since 2022. The way to start out 2026 with my GOAT, Justin Gaethje, versus, like you said, the number 5 Patty Pimblett.
Yeah, that's going to be a big fight. I think if Patty does win this fight, if he does absorb Justin Gaethje's power, you cannot deny him a shot against Ilia Topuria.
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje wins, I don't know.
If Justin Gaethje wins,
I'm sorry.
Which Justin Gaethje is my.
Then Justin Gaethje's going to have to fight
fighter.
Arman Tsarukyan.
Justin Gaethje's not winning this fight. I told Dane before this episode a little bit. It was some people that was asking me the question. Was telling him I don't know. I just think it's past the time. Like, I think like this is Dana, because obviously Justin was crying a little bit. He wanted his title shot. Said if I don't get it, I'm retiring. Obviously, did not get it. He's not retiring.
Give me Justin Gaethje by TKO.
That's crazy.
I think he's just gonna I think he's gonna try to overwhelm him. People forget how technical Justin truly is. He's a brawler, technical, but he's super technical.
Okay, bet. Here, let's go to Justin's name really quick. Which, like I said, my complete GOAT. Well, second to last GOAT. His last fights, he fought. He obviously won that one.
He lost Holloway. He beat Poirier.
He beat Poirier in 2023. He lost to Max in 2024, and he fought Fizov in March.
That's what I'm saying.
In his second matchup against him, that he completely trashed him the first one, that they threw him this fight, and it was a last-second fight. This is my GOAT I'm talking about, dog.
I know he's your GOAT, but I just think Arman, he's going to have to fight Arman now.
He is. And guess what? Patty is not losing this fight. I'm not even a Patty fan. I don't like Patty. Patty is to me, he a weirdo. He moves weird. I don't like Patty. I don't. But will he lose this fight? No. No.
That's fair enough. I want to move on to a fight that I actually think is bigger.
The co-main is bigger than the main fights. This should have been the main event.
Can't believe I'm saying this right now. Kayla Harrison will fight Amanda Nunes for the women's bantamweight championship.
Tell someone that in 2023. Tell somebody that watches the PFL that Kayla Harrison
will fight Amanda Nunes. And you would be shocked and excited to watch the fight. And we still are.
Bellator or PFL?
PFL.
That's what tell somebody that in 2023. Really?
This is going to be an amazing fight.
Really?
It really is. I don't know if Amanda's going to defend. This should have been the
main event.
It should. Yeah.
This should. No. What? What? Stop.
I think Amanda wins. I think Amanda comes back strong.
We don't even
rested.
know what she looks like.
I
We
know.
don't even know what she looks
I
like.
know, and I
That's
don't
how
care.
great she was.
That's how great she was.
That's how great the GOAT was and still is. Because when she got in that octagon and stared, they had to face off after her fight.
Oh yeah.
It looked like pure cinema. Pure
And-
cinema, man.
Quickly before we wrap things up, I do want to talk about one more fight. It's a big fight. It's
I
the
want to
third
talk about
fight.
two, man. You're tripping, bro. It's the whole card. You only want to
No,
talk about
I
3
know.
fights, man. It's
I know because
so
the
many
whole
bangers, man.
I
What?
know. I know. There's a lot on
What?
there. There's a lot on there.
We got
But
we,
number
we
two,
got
Number
go ahead.
2, Sean O'Malley, and number 5 ranked Song Yudong
Yeah, man.
in the bantamweight division. This is a huge
It is,
fight for
and
both
the-
fighters.
Casual is just gonna say Sean off the bat. Sean will. He should win, but
You should.
this will not be an easy fight at all. 'cause
Absolutely
that
not.
Man, Song Yudong is a demon. He is a heavy hitter, and he can do he's very versatile. He can do a lot on the feet and the ground. He's
He is.
nice.
And with a guy like Sean, you just gotta hope that he's fully focused
Right,
and locked in
right.
on the fighting, because we have seen him in the past get a little unfocused, and maybe that's what has lost him his last couple fights against Marab,
I'm-
or maybe
I'm
Marab's
just
just
scared
different.
that he goes to the ground with Sonya. Like that's what I'm saying. Sonya Dong, obviously, he has a lot of wins by knockout. He can still submit you. He
Oh,
can
for
still
sure.
get you on the ground and actually like pin you out.
Oh, for
And
sure.
that's Sean's problem. That's Sean's problem. So we will see. I know we're trying to wrap it up because I have to go watch my old state beat Michigan.
Whoa.
We have John Silva versus Arnold Allen, which I believe is a pretty decent fight. Also, not anything for that. Who do you think takes that one?
I would say John Silva. He needs
Yeah.
it. He needs that win, and I feel like, well, Aaron Arnold's a great all-around fighter. I
Yeah.
think John Silva's going to overwhelm him a little bit.
Yeah. Moving on. My I can't say that. Wrong recording. Alexa Grasso versus Rose.
My God.
How do you feel about
Oh
how do you
my
feel
God.
about
That's a great
how do
fight.
you feel about that one, man?
That's a great fight. Big fight for Rose. Rose can
Yeah.
basically propel herself back into like a championship conversation
Yeah.
if with a win over Alexa Grasso. I think Grasso's
she's not.
a really good boxer, good on the ground. I do think Grasso probably wrestles her and does take her down and eventually wins that fight.
Yeah. What color do you think they will be? What color will it be?
Thanks for choosing the Get Back. Thanks for
Thanks.
watching the Get Back. Choosing.
It's
Thanks for
Jones,
watching the
Ayden
Get Back
Jones.
podcast. Damian Dusten.
Thank you so much.
Peace.